I'm State Representative Tom Delnicki. I represent the 14th District, South Windsor, and I'm in support of HB 6703, an act concerning the Low-Income Heating Energy Assistance Program. You know, it's interesting. This industry that provides a home heating oil is substantially a mom and pop operation, small family businesses. In my community, there's 3 companies, and each one is a family-owned business. So you can only imagine what they go through when it comes to getting the funding to provide folks with the home heating oil that they need. They go to the depot, typically in Wethersfield, and they have to pay by an electronic funds transfer when they're leaving with their truck full of oil to bring to people so that they can heat their homes. The LIHEAP program currently gives the non-governmental entity up to 30 days to pay this provider of home heating oil. Think about it. You're a small business. You're making ends meet. You want to do the right thing. You want to provide people in the LIHEAP program with the oil they need to heat their homes. You have to pay for it up front, and then you can wait up to 30 days to get paid. I mean, that's unbelievable. In my community, I know we've had one dealer that's actually dropped out of the program. Regrettably, the dealer didn't want to drop out of the program, but it was a function of you got to pay your bills. There's a couple of others that are talking about leaving the program. That's why 6703 is so important, to actually, A, get the bills paid in a short period of time. 6703 calls for 2 days, 2 business days to get paid. It's done electronically, so the funds go into the bank account so that they can pay their bills. And the other piece of the puzzle there is the actual profit, if any, that they get on the oil. Because typically the profit, the remuneration from the non-governmental entities comes based off of New Haven oil cost versus Wethersfield. And let's face it, with the cost of diesel fuel and the cost of folks that deliver the fuel, you can't drive down to New Haven to get the oil and come back and hope to make a profit at all, and to pay the bills and to pay the employees. I heard the signal there. In closing, something has to be done to make this program sustainable, to keep the small operators, the small businesses, the folks that are helping people in their communities in business. You know, it was and I could see the regret on the owner's face when I was talking to him about him dropping out of the program, because these are people that he's dealt with forever. And you know, it was one of those deals where you either have to do what you have to do to stay in business, or you go out of business. And they want to go back into the program. Please do something there to solve the problem, to get these folks paid, and to keep the program working tremendously well. You know, this is one of those crown jewels of good things that we do in Connecticut, providing people with the heating that they need in the winter. I don't know, because in the spring, back in May, when there was that tremendous cost of oil spike, they were picking up oil at a huge price. I mean, I can remember I got a delivery thinking I was going to actually save money by getting a delivery in May, and I paid just under $6 a gallon. Now, bear in mind, they bought oil at that high price, and now they're stuck with it and they had some LIHEAP customers thereafter, and if the oil sat in the truck or sat in the truck, and now you're delivering it at less than what you bought it for, you can't do that very long and stay in business, and you can't do that very long when you've got an electric bill to pay. You got to keep the heat on in there. You've got to pay your drivers, and you've got taxes. So they took a tremendous hit on that. And that was probably the reason why one of these folks actually got out of the LIHEAP program, because many a time somebody who's on the LIHEAP program will run the burner dry, and now a technician has to come out. They've actually got to prime the pump. Conceivably, you could have that nozzle issue, but at the very least, they have to prime the pump on the burner to actually get it going again. They've got oil in the tank, and you want to talk about frustration for the individual. They've got the oil delivery. The oil company is waiting to get paid. The phone rings. Hey, I can't light my burner here. They send a technician out, and now not only do they have the cost of the oil luckily covered by LIHEAP, but they have an additional charge of having to have a technician come out. And if there's any opportunity to actually expand the program to address an issue like that, I think that would be great. Because if it's a direct cause and effect of a burner that won't light after an oil delivery because it was run dry, it's the kind of thing that should be covered. But at least let's get the payment up and get the folks paid in a very reasonable period of time.
Excellent.